characters of Reddit, what was the most overdramatic or underdramatic patient you ever had? Farmers are notorious for being underdramatic. Had a farmer a while ago who was up a tree for some reason and fell out. As bad luck would have it, someone had left a dirty meat hook at the bottom in the tree and he landed on it, impaling his butt cheek. He proceeded to pull it out, finish what he was doing, drive himself home, and go to bed. The only reason he came to hospital was because his wife woke up to a bed full of blood and insisted he get that looked at. I think we have all seen our share of overdramatic patients or heard the tales, so I'll go with the less common underdramatic patient. Patient presented to the trauma ER with an 18-inch machete blade firmly implanted across the top of his skull. He was driven to the hospital by a friend, possible assailant/owner of said machete, ambulated on his own into the ER, had totally normal vital signs in triage, a slight steady trickle of blood from the wound, denied pain, and was in no apparent distress. Due to a mass trauma event, the ER was insanely busy, so it took us a while to get him a bed. In the meantime, he calmly sat in the waiting area nearest to the triage station so we could keep an eye on him and watched TV as staff were running around like crazy, phones ringing non-stop, patients bitching about the wait time to be seen and exhibiting other types of tomfoolery. Machete Man just sat there tranquilly exhibiting his true Zen mastery of machete head wounds. All these years later, I can still see him with that machete lodged in his skull. He had an uncomplicated treatment course and suffered no impairment from the injury. He was cooperative and nice to all his caregivers. He also profusely thanked us for caring for him. Probably one of the few that did that night. 60-70-year-old lady arrives at trauma ER. She was being chased by a cow, running for her life, and fell off a fucking 2-meter cliff. She had several fractures, but only really complained about her leg, and tried to get up and walk away several times, telling us she was fine. Initially we thought she had some head trauma and was completely disoriented, but it turns out she was just that stubborn. She was hospitalized for a while and had a good recovery. I do wonder if the cow fell off the cliff as well lol. My stepson broke his leg on a jump while skiing. He put his skis back on and came down the mountain. He told his dad he had fallen pretty hard, but wasn't in much pain. The next day he said his leg was clicking when he walked. Sure enough, he had fractured both bones in the lower leg. NAD my dad's story. Old guy that needed a pacemaker, worked a farm in Utah, I think. He realized at some point that when he started having an episode he could just grab the electric fence and it would stop. So this badass just ran fencing everywhere he could on his property and grab the fence if he had an issue. Been doing this for months, if not years. Thanked my dad for putting in the device, saying how he can finally get out to areas of his property that he couldn't run fence to.